we believe that we need, Carol, we think we need one more for quorum?
That's correct.
All right, so, and we think another member is here, and so we're going to be waiting just a moment or two for our sixth person, so we'll have a quorum. You've never been more welcome.
I know, I got that text yesterday, and I was like, yes, I will be there.
Carol, we believe we have a quorum now. All right. Having noted that we have a quorum, we will call the meeting to order and move into item 2 on our agenda. You have been provided with copies of the minutes for our previous meeting on June the 22nd. Are there additions or corrections to the minutes? Shall we approve them? It's been moved by Bob Nayland, seconded by Zane Boatwright, that we approve as presented. Is there further discussion? Cast your vote. The motion is passed. The minutes are approved. That brings us to item B, the MAPS 3 revenue and expenditure report for the period ending August 31st. David?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You have in your packet revenue and expenditure report in its usual form. I'll go over it quickly. On the revenue side for the month, $10,616. Fiscal year of $83,946. And one thing that you might wonder is, I thought we stopped collecting money, but these are reallocations that happen through Treasury. People's taxes get reconciled and they found out they paid to the wrong fund or whatever, so we still have money trickling in. But for a total amount of $838,500,036, and that put us at 3.4% over target. And then on the expenditure side, for the month, $877,159, fiscal year of $1,183,595, and total $799,025,736. You also have the budget and obligations report for the period of September 1st, 2023. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them.
Any questions for David on those two reports? Shall we receive them? It's been moved by Zane Boatwright, seconded by Bob Nayland, that we receive the reports as presented. Is there further discussion? Cast your vote. The item has passed. The reports are received. That brings us to item C. This is a change order number 5 related to MAPS 3 sidewalks. David?
Thank you. This is recommend approval of change order number 5 and amendment number 5, project M3W005, sidewalks phase 5 in 12 locations. This is a decrease of $25,267.34. So remember that we have these amendments periodically when we reconcile the quantities at the end of the project. So this project is almost complete. We're waiting for some pedestrian push buttons to come in. Once those get in and we get those installed, this project will be complete. But we went ahead and reconciled the quantities, and that gives us a credit of $25,000.
Now, bearing in mind that we've never rejected receiving a credit, would you like to approve this? All right, it's been moved by Zane Boatwright, seconded by D. Morales, that we approve this change order. And is there further discussion? Cast your vote. The item passed. That brings us then to item D, the lease management agreement. David?
Item D is recommend approval of lease and management agreement between the City of Oklahoma City Public Property Authority, and Community Health, Recreation, and Wellness LLC, Project M3H004B, MAPS 3 Senior Health and Wellness Center Number 3, operating partner, 3748 North Lincoln Boulevard. So we do have certificate of occupancy on Wellness 3, and we should be wrapping that up in the next couple of weeks. I'm exceptionally happy to bring you this operating agreement that we worked very hard on, and Community Health has done a great job. Ms. Isabella Lawson is here with a cast of others.
Yes,
and to give you a presentation on what they do, what they will be doing, and how this will operate.
Okay.
Isabella, welcome. We're going to
Thank
wait
you.
just a moment to let
Okay.
our valued member, Michael, get to his seat,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
because he'll want to hear everything you've got to say.
Okay, sounds good.
Welcome,
All
Isabella.
right, thank you, and good morning, everyone, and glad to be here this morning with my team as we present to you our plan on becoming operators of Senior Wellness Center Number 3. During our presentation, we will talk to you about who we are. We will also talk to you about why do we care? Why do we want this position as operators of the facility? What will our structure be as we become operators, our organizational chart, et cetera, what activities that we will have to offer as well. And also, we'll do a budget review so you all can see where we're getting our revenue from, what our plan is for the next 5 years. And finally, I will come back and talk about our timeline. What's next? When will we hire? You know, what is our plan? When is the grand opening, et cetera. So first step on our team is Ms. Abzinda Robinson. She is the operations director. Then we'll have Ms. Leandra Moore. She's our behavioral health director. Mr. John Pettis is our intergovernmental community liaison. We also have Ms. Barbara Colbert, and she is a Healthy Start case manager supervisor. And then we have Ms. Jeannie Williams-Hanna, who's our CFO. So next up is Ms. Abzinder.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Our vision as community health centers is that we provide a healthy community free of health disparities. We also provide comprehensive, accessible, affordable health care that is of the highest quality. Community health centers were founded in 1971. We opened in 1973 as Mary Mahoney Health Center. We currently is a 501c3, and we will be the operating of the Community Health Centers Senior Wellness Center. We are located in 4 counties, Lincoln, Logan, Pottawatomie, and Oklahoma County, with eight healthcare facilities. We see over 14,000 patients a year with 450,000 visits a year. 45,000, I'm sorry. I got us working around the clock. Services provided is family medicine, pediatrics, women's health, which include mammograms and well women exams. We also provide transportation, dental, x-ray, Healthy Start services, WIC services for women, infants, and children. We also have pharmacies in 2 of our locations, and we also participate in the 340B program for lower cost drugs for people. We do our leadership team, of course, because we do have a board of directors, and Isabella Lawson, our CEO, and we have a complete team. This is just a part of us. We also have another 6 people that's on our leadership team that help makes all of this run. So that's who we are, and our next will be Leandra Moore.
Good morning. Why do we care? We have been committed to quality health care in the Northeast community since 1973. This work aligns with the research that shows that when we embrace wellness as part of the people's everyday lives, we can see significant benefits in longevity and quality of life. And based on that information and our history, we desire to create measurable improvements in our service area that positively impacts health and wellness. We can go. We are committed to health and wellness, and we follow the 6 dimensions of wellness as listed there. We are community focused. Our philosophy, your community, your health, our mission, our vision is in our name. a community focused on improving health by the promotion of recreation and wellness. Our community focus, our collaborators and community partners, our primary partners are Metro Tech, Healthy Living and Fitness, and then we also we'll operate with a member advisory board. On the board are many other partners, Northeast community-based organizations committed to making referrals and supporting the Senior Wellness Center. These entities include United Healthcare, Area-Wide Aging, Restore OKC, and many faith-based agencies. All right, and now John will bring it in.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. So I'm here to kind of talk about the structure of community health centers and our recreation and wellness. Again, we have the strong mission to build and foster opportunities to promote wellness in seniors. Next slide, please. So the structure of our organization, of course, we are governed by a board of directors, and our board of directors comes from our community. Part of our board of directors are providers who have been providing services in the Oklahoma City metro area for more than 50 years. Again, we are an organization that's been around for over 50 years. So underneath our board of directors, we have our CEO, Isabella Lawson. When it comes to the Senior Wellness Center, we will have a branch manager. Underneath the branch manager, we will have our volunteer coordinator, our special program coordinator, our membership coordinator, our front desk staff, and our physical fitness coordinator, and our facility coordinators. After the City Council approves the agreement on October the 10th, on October the 11th, we will formally open these positions. We do have people from Northeast Oklahoma City who are more than qualified to fill these positions, and we do believe we have a strong candidate pool for each one of these positions. So going in more, talking about the structure of this organization and what we plan on doing, we do have several community partners who have helped us throughout this whole process. Our board of directors looked at several community-based organizations, one, of course, being the YMCA, and we love the YMCA. And our board looked at, of course, the YMCA and also Healthy Living. Our board of directors chose to work with Healthy Living for a number of reasons, because of their strong track record in the Senior Wellness Center. Of course, we all know the huge success that Senior Wellness Center #1 has had. And so literally, we meet with Healthy Living at least twice a week, one on Tuesdays, and then Thursdays during the construction meeting. Healthy Living is there as well, and Healthy Living executive director is here. Then our other partner is Metro Tech. Metro Tech runs and operates a wellness component at the Spring Lake campus. And so, of course, our leadership team will be a part of this and have been a part, and then we will have a community advisory board who will also help guide this. Next slide, please. Of course, our vision is clear, is to improve the lives of our seniors who live in Northeast Oklahoma City, but not only Northeast Oklahoma City, but the surrounding areas. Next slide, please. And again, that's our goals, as you see. And next slide, please. So let's talk about the membership campaign. And so just like how Healthy Living started their membership campaign, we will begin our membership campaign the same way as Healthy Living. They started off with founding members, and we plan on starting off with founding members as well. And I do want to thank the YMCA for working with us as we transition into this role. The YMCA has worked with us to allow us to have presentations at the Karen Lincoln Park Senior Center, and they are working close with us in the transition of the Lincoln Center, getting members of the Lincoln Center to become members of the Northeast Wellness Center. But again, I do want to thank the YMCA for everything that they have done to help us in this process. We are, again, recruiting volunteers, and we do believe that we must reach people where they are. Part of the mission of our organization that, hey, we are a grassroots organization. Grassroots means that we will be going door to door as well as phones. And so we will be doing a door-to-door campaign and also a phone program, again, targeting people who live in Northeast Oklahoma City, but not only Northeast Oklahoma City. Councilperson, we plan on reaching people in your ward as well, and I like to call them Mike Dover's neighbors. But we will, again, be very aggressive, not only in Northeast Oklahoma City, but the surrounding areas. We will be doing mail-outs and also passing out flyers and so forth. We have already started to book presentations at all the major churches within Northeast Oklahoma City, and we are working with several state agencies as well as different local agencies as well as organizations as it relates to membership. And I see they changed the slide on me, so y'all know I talk a lot, so I'm done with my part. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So the hours of operation for the facility will be Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7, Friday, 6 to 6, and Saturday, 8 to 2 o'clock. On Sunday, we will be closed. All our classes will be offered for beginners, intermediate, and advanced level. Most exercise classes will also be available as chair and/or water exercise. Our class activity schedules will be updated monthly, and our monthly newsletter will be available via website and are offered distributed at the center. We'll have games, exercise classes, and we will also offer group classes and contract services.
Good morning, everyone. And, you know, with all these activities, we need to talk about the money. And as John stated, our membership plan, he talked about the founding members. Our goal is to start with 250 members, founding members, and we plan to offer a membership at $800 for 3 years. So they'll, of course, that will come with some perks, but the other tier would be, you know, most of the senior or the insurance companies, they have a fitness plan. So I have my team researching every possible plan there is and just signing up, so no one will be left out. We, you know, our motto for the health center is no one will be turned away. We try not, and so everyone will have access to this. So we're making it very affordable for everyone. So in addition to that, we're looking at a regular membership for $25 a month. We're also planning on offering something called a sliding fee, whereby it's based on the federal poverty guidelines. So if you're like a 100, next slide please. If you're under 100% of the federal poverty guidelines, you would only pay $10. And if you're between 100 and 199%, you will pay $15 a month. So that we hope to at least gather 1,500 members in our first year. That will, and along with our other plans, generate at least 464,000 in the first year. Our second year, we're hoping to get at least 2,500 members. That's generating revenues about 564,000. Third year, 3,500. Fourth year, 4,500. And our fifth year, we're looking at least 5,500 members. Now that may sound, you know, really, really aggressive, but our mentor, I would call them, Senior Wellness #1, They were able to get 7,000 members, so we know it's doable. With regards to our expenses, we've looked at the expenses. We've worked very closely with Healthy Living Number One, and we've been very aggressive with our numbers with the expenses. And on the revenue side, we've been very conservative with calculating any kind of revenues. So we feel that in addition to membership, and we're looking at other sources of revenue, like leasing out space for after-hours activities, or even during the day, or even leasing to certain facilities such as physical therapist and massage therapist, or leasing spaces having Silver Sneakers and the Optimum Health, senior Medicaid or Medicare, programs that do updates from time to time. They like to come in and provide information for our members. So we plan to do, we had planned to generate other sources of revenue to keep us going. So we feel that we have a very sustainable program in place. And with that, I will turn it over to Isabella.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to go over the timeline, and then we'll do some questions, and if you all have any. September, so here we are in September now. We are waiting for the approval of the contract. And then in October, we are planning on being on the city council agenda, and then we will start our hiring process. So hiring, as John mentioned, we do have some potential branch manager as well as a physical coordinator that is very well qualified, and both of them are very familiar with some of the senior wellness centers that are currently in existence. Also, we know this center is not, we are operators, but it's the city's center, and we will definitely focus on that particular action with the member advisory committee and community committee. So everyone is welcome, and we're going to make sure that we stay on that surface and to make that the top priority. And how we're going to do that is make sure they know what is your talent, what do you do, what do you want to see in your center. So it's just very important that we make this successful, because it is very, everyone is excited. We get calls all the time, not just from Lincoln Park members, from people, just stopping by. So we're ready to start this membership campaign and definitely make this a success. Preparation for grand opening and pre-grand opening is going on now as we move forward, Ms. Yeager. So looking forward to that. Pre-grand opening, we're just going to do a few private tours as well, and also try to just get all the kinks out before we actually open in December. November is continual hiring process, and then, of course, like I just said, some of the pre-grand opening, and then the facilities will be open to the public. And then finally, December 2023, we have the grand opening scheduled for December the 7th, and it will be open to the complete public. So, all right, so at this time, we'll entertain any questions you all may have.
Questions?
I just have a couple comments. Yesterday at our wellness subcommittee meeting, Isabella was there with many of her staff, and it was just so exciting to see their excitement and enthusiasm about the center opening up. I'm so confident that this is going to be just a raving success, as Isabella is, and part of that confidence for me is because Claire from Wellness Center Number One, who, as we all know, has been just an overarching success, has been a mentor. That's a good word, Isabella, whoever said that. And so I want to say I'm thrilled that what I know as Mary Mahoney,
Yes.
even though the LLC is a different name, it's part of that whole system, and their reputation and what they have done for folks in Eastern Oklahoma County particularly has just been historically just been so important. And I suspect that this center, the senior center, will be as important and successful as well. So thank you, Isabel.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Similarly, I don't have any questions, but sort of some comments. This summer, my schedule allowed me to take some of the fitness classes at Metro Tech.
Yes.
And I was just like, this, for me, it was a hidden gem. I don't know how they just hadn't really crossed my radar. And I want to say they were about $15 for like a 6-month or 6-week course with multiple classes throughout the week. And I felt like that was incredibly affordable for a really neat fitness opportunity. And I was just blown away by how every single class was packed. So I'm glad to see that Metro Tech is kind of part of this conversation, because obviously they've been in this space, but being able to offer that larger offering of all of those services kind of together, as well as the wellness center, seems like there's a lot of really good harmony there. And yeah, there's probably lots of members that were in those classes with me, or potential members that were in those classes with me, that seem like they'd really enjoy this. So really excited to hear kind of the pre-work you have been doing around that membership campaign. So
Thank you so much.
Yes, Dee?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
I want to make a comment and a compliment to Mike Dover and the senior center. I have a 95-year-old mother, and she goes to the one on Rockwell. And not only does it provide wonderful opportunity for her to work and do some chair exercises, but the amount of, meeting with other people and that end of loneliness. And she has made so many friends, and it's such a wonderful place. And I know yours will be just as successful. And of all the things that you do, I think that's probably one of the biggest.
Yes, thank
So
you.
thank you
Uh-huh.
in advance for what you're going to do.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to add a word of congratulations. It's been, as you well know, this is the third one for us.
Yes.
And while we're very proud of the facilities that the taxpayers of Oklahoma City have given us the money to provide a wonderful facility, we know that the success and the key to success is going to depend on the operator. And you've really, at least to me and all of us, I believe, instilled a lot of confidence. This is a very well organized presentation.
Thank you.
And your enthusiasm and the experience that you've already had in other venues gives me a lot of confidence that we're going to really make in Wellness Center number 3, we're going to be delivering to the citizens of Oklahoma City
Yes, sir.
what we promised more than a decade ago. And so I congratulate you, and I offer you my heartfelt thanks for undertaking this, and we're really proud to be your partner in this endeavor.
Thank you
Anyone
so
else?
much.
Thank you, Isabella. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Just leave this here, Kelly.
Let's give them a hand. Not everybody that comes in here gets a hand, Isabel. I just want to. Okay, that brings us to item E, David. Oh, we need to vote on this. All right. Well, why don't we then? All right, Michael Dover has moved that we approve it, and Dee has seconded it. Is there further discussion? Cast your vote. It passed unanimously. And congratulations. We appreciate you being with us today. All right, that brings us to the next item, David.
Next item is recommend approval of amendment number 2 to architectural services contract with GSB Project M3H005, MAPS 3 Senior Health and Wellness Center number 4, 1366 Southwestern, increase of $50,000. So Wellness 4 has had some challenges early on with supply chain and labor, but now we've have challenges with the contractor, and I don't know what to explain on that. But as that contract extends on beyond when it was supposed to finish, and when we'd planned to have the contract finished as far as the architect's work, we've exceeded that, and so the architect has to provide more what we call contract administration, which is where they have an architect who's reviewing what's going on, going to a weekly construction meeting, reviewing things in the field, just more presence, more work out there, and this has extended his timeline on that. So this amendment is to pay them for that additional construction administration to the end of the year. And this comes with the approval from the subcommittee.
Any comments from the subcommittee, Michael?
No, we obviously looked at it and enthusiastically support the amendment.
All right, further questions for David? Shall we approve it? Michael Dover's moved that we approve it, and Zane Boatright has seconded the amendment. Is there further discussion? Cast your vote. The item has passed. David, does that bring us then to item F?
Yes, sir. Item F is recommend approval of change order number 10, project M3H005, MAPS 3 Senior Health and Wellness Center number 4, an increase of $95,163. So continuing on with Wellness Center 4, there are some things that we had to do, specifically the paving subgrade, which is the dirt that's underneath the asphalt. We had a stabilization method that uses fly ash, which is a cementitious product. Fly ash is not available right now, so we had to go to cement kiln dust. These are very common methods for stabilization of subgrade. However, they are different, and the cement kiln dust required us to go to 8 inches of depth, and there's a little bit of a price difference in there. So this is to pay for that change through no fault of the contractor, $22,386. Then there's $3,000 in here for a steel column that was left off the plans that holds up one part of the stairs. $31,000 for precast joint seal. Looking at the construction out there, there's concrete panels that butt up against each other and they need to be sealed. There was a product that was like a push-in type product and then caulked, but it was discussed and decided that we could get a better product and be less maintenance over the long term if we used this different kind of joint seal material. Column wrap at the porte cochere, roof drains were brought out and drained down the columns, and just having a downspout down those columns didn't look that great. So this is to wrap those those columns. And then, of all things in a senior wellness center, we left out the automated external defibrillators, the AEDs. So this is to add those. So there's about $10,000 in there. So we definitely recommend it. The subcommittee approved it, and we bring it to you.
Are there questions for David? David, I have this question. Remind us how this works from a budget standpoint. We are seeing these increases. Tell us how that. Remind us how that works.
We still have contingency in MAPS 4 right now, and we do have some excess collections that we can fall back on, but this would come out of contingency.
Good. So we're not going above budget.
Program contingency or
Project.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, thanks for that reminder. Just wanted to make sure we had the money to do it. Are there further questions for David? All right, then. Shall we approve it? It's been moved by Mike Dover that we approve this item. It's been seconded by Jo Beth Hammond. Is there further discussion? Cast your vote. The item has been approved, David, so you keep marching forward then.
We will.
All right, that brings us then to, does that bring us to item 3 on the agenda?
Yes,
New
sir.
business? Any member have new business? Or David, do you?
No, sir.
All right, then we are ready for item 4, which is any subcommittee reports. No subcommittee reports? All right, David, item 5, your update.
A few things. We talked about the wellness centers, and those one of them's wrapping up. The other one is still ongoing. I want to mention the Fairgrounds Coliseum. You know, MAPS 3 put in money on that, so I'll just report to you that it's going great. They poured the second floor. If you're out at the fair, you could have seen it, but that's going well. We've done the pre-work meeting for the trail down Air Depot, so that'll be starting real soon. And then we talked about sidewalks. So not a whole lot going on with MAPS 3 because we finished most everything, but that's about all we have going on.
David, you may have covered this earlier, but I apologize for being late. What the status of the construction on the 2 senior wellness? We haven't turned 3 over yet, I guess, and 4 obviously haven't. So what's kind of the date that we think the construction will be done and be able to turn those over?
So the date of completion has passed on 4, and they know that they've passed that. We're looking at probably March or so. That's when we're estimating it's going to be finished. We expect,
Construction will be finished?
Yes, sir.
So it won't open until a few months after that?
well, yeah, March or April, spring. We're expecting a revised schedule from the contractor this week.
And for number 3, have we turned it over? Is it done?
No, it's not finished. They're doing punch list items right now. They're probably a couple weeks out from
Okay.
finishing that. I don't know, next month we might have a
We got a ribbon cutting.
recommendation. Well, ribbon cutting is on December 7th.
So the opening will be the ribbon cutting?
Hope that we can have a acceptance,
Okay,
but it might be the next month because of punch list stuff.
okay, thank you.
Okay then, any other questions for David? Let's go to item 6. I'm going to start on item 6 by mentioning just a couple of things. I continued to be in conversation with the mayor about basically how long will the MAPS 3 Citizens Advisory Board continue. And I think I told you in the summer that our target was that sometime prior to the end of 2023, we would probably bring our work to a conclusion. So the delays that have been occasioned by the supply chain and all of that, as you've just heard David say, we're not going to be finished with the Senior Wellness Center number 4 probably until March. And so I'll revisit that with the mayor and we'll see if there's an alternate plan. And just to remind you, there's also going to be some F3 money used for the Union Train Station renovation. And,
That's right.
And the long-term plan is that that's just getting started, really, and that they had an event there this past Friday night, I believe. The board of the Scissortail Park Board had a fundraiser, and they unveiled plans. Maybe some of, I attended, and it was really interesting. A lot of people there, and there was the architect was there, and they kind of unveiled plans, and it really looks like it's going to be great. It won't be our job to supervise it, but we'll still all have a vested interest in it. And I will tell you too that Kim was there, and she was feeling better and doing okay. So those two things, I think are, we will not continue the MAPS 3 Citizens Advisory Board through the construction of the Union Station. Our target would be to finish these sidewalk projects and to finish the Senior Wellness Center, and then our duties would be phased out in some convenient way. And the MAPS 4 board will take care of the Union Station. Any questions about that? Yeah, Bob?
Tom, just maybe a question for David. Obviously, if it's March or April for Wellness Center 4, are we going to continue with sidewalks and trails up through that time as well? And is there a sort of a deadline for work on that part of our
Right, so
program?
we're considering sidewalks finished with this last project because we don't have enough money that we feel comfortable just sending out a few $1,000s and not going over budget. Trails, we have that last one at Air Depot, and that's actually beyond the original scope. So I think that was part of it, is finish the originally planned projects, and anything beyond could be overseen by somebody else.
Okay. And when we reach that point, we're still, I think, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but some excess funds from MAPS 3. Is there a discussion or decision as to what happens to those remaining funds?
I think that's still an item under consideration that the mayor and the council will probably, that'll be a decision for them to make. If they ask us for a recommendation, well, I'm sure David will make that.
Yeah, I didn't see that as a decision we would make,
Yeah.
but I didn't know if we would be involved in any way in looking at that issue.
I think it's a good time for us all too to remember that Bob's also on the MAPS 4, so we're going to have a friendly face on the MAPS 4 Citizens Advisory Board. We know, because Bob's going to continue, and I want to publicly congratulate him for doing that, because he's really been a great great partner with all of us in MAPS 3, and so thank you, Bob, for doing that. All right, any other comments? Staff? All right, Lisa, has anyone asked to be heard? All right, hearing nothing further, if there's no further business, shall we be adjourned? The meeting's adjourned. Thank you. Thanks for coming, Jill Beth. We couldn't have done it without you.